morning, everybody. It's 6:48 and I woke up this morning to a video that had been sent to me. I didn't even bother to watch it because I already know what it was about. It was from a spiritual somebody, I don't remember who they were, but it was "No war in our name." And of course, this was some spiritual group trying to stop the war in Syria, speak out against it. Don't use our tax dollars to go against Syria. And I don't understand these people and how they don't understand the Bible, because as it is, this country is already cursed. 50 million plus babies have been killed in this country. For decades, this government and all governments that are behind the world powers has been involved with the dividing of the land of Israel. God already stated clearly what's going to happen to any country that does that. Our fate is sealed. Not my personal fate, but this country's fate. They've removed God from everything. So, now it's time to pay. Now, what people do not understand, I am not involved with take up arms against the government. I have nothing to do with that. Do I like the Second Amendment and the First Amendment? Yes. But you see, I know where we are at prophetically speaking in the Scriptures. I know where we're at. I know what's coming. It's the rapture of the church. My mandate, my commission is to spread the gospel, as I always have. Romans chapter 10 verses 9 and 10. 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verses 1 through 4. I'll put them up here. That's the gospel. I am not to worry about stopping people from trying to take our firearms, from taking over the government, any of these things whatsoever. These are not spiritual warfare. These are physical warfare going on between kingdoms, which I have nothing to do with. I am here but for a short time. I am going to be gone very soon, just as is all the other real Christians, from the least to the most. Telling me to try to get me to show support for a cause that God is actively doing is taking a stand against God. As it stands, Syria is in the land of Israel. It is Israel. That which was given by God to the Israelites, the Hebrews, the Jews. It is their land. God is now using our country, just as He used Pharaoh. We are His tool. Satan is His tool. The Antichrist is His tool. He will use them to His purpose. And during the 7-year tribulation, after the peace agreement signed between the Antichrist and on behalf of the many with Israel, that's Daniel chapter 9, verses 24 to 27, he is going to kill 2/3 of this planet through his providence for denying Christ. So you can take up all your political activism you want. That will do nothing. What you should be doing is spreading the gospel, because we truly don't have much time left, as is evidenced by Bible prophecy being fulfilled in the Middle East. It is time to get real with this. Stop your political activism. Who cares about guns? Within a year, 2 years, 3 years, who knows? We're not going to be here to see this. And if we are, it won't be for very much. We are commanded by God to look for His Son, not for the Antichrist. We are not commanded by God to overthrow governments. We are to spread the gospel. That is the government. That is the future government. Because Christ, when He returns, He's going to set up His throne. And He's not going to be doing this through nice means. He's coming to make war. And He's going to win that war. And then He's going to rule from that throne for 1,000 years with a rod of iron. That means it's going to be brutal to some people, because it's going to be what you would call a totalitarian regime. He's going to rule by divine right. He's not going to ask people's permission. He's going to take what is, and if you don't like it, then you're going to be destroyed. And it's just that simple. It's to the point now where the gospel's going to stop once the rapture happens, as being spread by Gentiles. And the emphasis goes back to Israel. The 144,000 will be spreading the gospel. The angels will be spreading the gospel. The two witnesses are going to be spreading the gospel. I will leave behind whatever material I can. Again, I'll put that link up here. So that the people that are left behind will have information. Because we all know once the rapture happens, it won't be very long before Bibles are going to be illegal. If they're not state-sanctioned, approved versions of a Bible. So I'm going to do what I can in the here and the now, for the here and the now, and for the future. I'm not going to worry about trying to save guns or anything of that like, because I already know what's going to happen. Guns are going to be confiscated. People are going to be silenced. Knowing that, I'm not going to fight that. Knowing that, I'm going to fight my spiritual fight of higher dimension against powers and principalities. Spiritual things. I don't know any other way to put it. So if you're out there making trouble with the government, instead of spreading the gospel, you're not doing your task. You're worrying about and doing worldly things. I am not a millennialist. We are not sent here to be on this planet to create the government and set the world up for Christ to come back and rule. He's going to do that himself after he crushes his enemy. Alright,